Hey guys, this is Eric from Invensis, and I welcome you to our YouTube channel. In today's session, we will understand what project delivery is in detail. This session will discuss principles and methods to assist owners, designers, and industry experts in selecting and implementing a successful delivery system for projects. Let us now discuss the agenda. This session is broken down into 4 sections. Firstly, we will discuss what project delivery is. Moving on, we will talk about the 3 fundamental project delivery systems. Here we will discuss the 3 primary systems that may generate all project delivery systems. After which, we will talk about the 3 key project delivery system principles. Here, we will discuss the 7 primary responsibilities necessary for all design and construction projects. We will then discuss the 3 key areas of consideration for project delivery system selection. The project, owner, and team building concerns should all be considered when making a decision. I hope the agenda is clear. If you like this video, do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, to learn more about project management and its practices, check out Invensis Learning's Project Management Certification Training on Prince 2, CAPM, Project Management Fundamentals, PO, and MSP. All of the necessary information is given in the description box below. Firstly, let us understand what project delivery is in detail. The argument over which project delivery approach is better continued in most sectors. Pick up any business magazine, and you'll almost always find an article on how to choose project delivery methods for projects. In addition, project delivery techniques are frequently discussed at seminars. So, what exactly is the ideal project delivery system? It depends. There is no such thing as a perfect system. The discussion over the optimal delivery method is incorrect because it overlooks a significant potential for the business. The project delivery method should be chosen based on the project's requirements, the owner's specific qualities and circumstances, and the project team's successful formation. The true potential for designers and the industry is to help educate owners about the many project delivery systems available and then assist owners in picking the optimal delivery method for their projects and circumstances. The owner should always profit from the selection while promoting a win-win situation for all project participants. A project delivery method is a system that allows an agency or owner to organize and finance the design, construction, operations, and maintenance services for a structure or facility by forming legal agreements with one or more businesses or parties. Now, let's move on to the next part of today's session on project delivery and discuss the 3 primary project delivery systems. The problem of determining the available project delivery systems utilized today can be reduced by first examining the relationship structure and overall responsibility of the performing parties concerning the owner. Examining the many methods by which design and construction projects are delivered reveals that project delivery systems are structured in 3 ways. These systems are single source responsibility, dual source responsibility, and triple source responsibility. These 3 fundamental systems or structures may generate all project delivery systems. However, the project team's imagination limits the number of subsystems accessible for each core system. Let's now look at the structure and general sequence of actions for each primary delivery system. Single source responsibility, design-build project delivery. Single source accountability project delivery is carried out by a single company that is accountable to the owner for the project's design and execution. This kind of delivery is often known as design-build or turnkey. The single source entity or design-build entity can be any company. Here are several examples. Firstly, we have an integrated firm which performs design and construction but subcontracts specialty services and work. Secondly, we have construction firm that performs construction work but subcontracts selected construction work to trade contractors and design services to a design firm. Moving on, there is the design firm that performs the design services but subcontracts specialty design services and construction work to a general contractor or trade contractors. Finally, we have the developer firm that performs very little of the actual design and construction forces. The sequence of actions for this distribution technique is typically the same as shown in Exhibit 1. However, depending on the exact project circumstances, the degree of overlap between design and construction processes might vary significantly. For example, the design-build organization might be chosen through a price bid or a negotiated process. For more complicated projects, the owner may hire an independent design entity to generate 15 to 30% of the documentation required to identify and acquire the design-build entity. This is referred to as bridging, depicted in Exhibit 2. The owner, an independent design company, or a separate agreement to the design-build business can complete the bridging design endeavor. Then there is dual source responsibility, general contracting project delivery. In the dual source responsibility, the project is delivered by two businesses contractually obligated to the owner but not to each other. One entity is in charge of design, while the other is in charge of construction. Because the construction organization is generally a general contracting firm, this technique is also known as general contracting project delivery. Designers are often chosen via talks, whereas general contractors might be chosen through a price offer or a negotiated basis. The approach used to pick the general contractor influences the sequence of operations, which is depicted in Exhibit 3. When a general contractor is chosen based on a price bid, the activity sequence is linear, known as design bid build project delivery. When a constructor is chosen on a negotiated basis, the general contractor normally enters the project simultaneously as the designer and contributes to the design process. Eventually, the general contractor and the owner reach an agreement. This schedule also allows for design and construction overlap. This approach is commonly known as negotiated team project delivery. When a construction management business is utilized instead of a general contractor, the technique is known as construction management at-risk project delivery. The delivery sequence is comparable to the agreed-upon team delivery system. Finally, we have the triple source responsibility, advisory construction management. Triple source responsibility project delivery adapts the general contracting delivery method. The difference is that a construction manager joins the designer and the contractor as the third party contractually liable to the owner. The manager serves as an advisor to the owner and manages the project. As a result, this technique is commonly known as advising construction management project delivery. This technique is also known as agency construction management. The distinction is that advisors only advise owners, whereas agents can legally act on the owner's behalf without the owner's permission. In certain circumstances, the construction manager is appointed first and then works with the owner to find a designer. The construction manager is appointed before or after the design process in other circumstances. Then, the owner either hires a general contractor or, in most circumstances, many trade contractors to build the house. The construction manager coordinates the construction operations in the latter instance. Moving to the next part of today's session, let us discuss the three key project delivery system principles. In the first principle, 7 major roles are required on all design and in construction projects. The second principle is 2 types of agreements owners have with designers and constructors. The third and final principle is allocate risks for a winning project. We will discuss each of these principles in detail. Principle 1, 7 major roles are required on all design and in construction projects. Every design and construction project requires 7 major roles to be filled. Regardless of the delivery mechanism used, their functions remain the same. The 7 roles are: owner decision maker, this is the individual or people who have the power to make project choices on the owner's behalf. Next role is project management, the direction of a project and project-related activities from start to finish using knowledge, skills, tools, and processes to meet or exceed stakeholder demands and expectations. The next role is design, the answer to the owner's project needs in the form of contract papers from which cost estimates and the project construction may be derived. Then, we have contracting, the process of arranging or retaining contracts with performing, trade, contractors. Next role is construction, the hands-on work of performing, trade, contractors who build the project with their labor teams. Then there is building coordination, directing the work of the performing, trade, contractors during the construction process. Finally, we have construction contract administration, the administration of construction contracts held by contractors. Exhibit 5 shows which party is usually in charge of filling each of the 7 responsibilities for the 3 main project delivery methods. While actual job assignments on individual projects may vary, each of the 7 roles must be given to a responsible party in the project delivery structure. Without exceptional performance in each of these positions, a project's chances of unequivocal success are limited, at least from the perspective of the owner. While the owner must designate a responsible party to each of these responsibilities, many owners are unaware of this responsibility or the available delivery methods and processes. As a result, design experts and the construction industry have a chance to guide owners through the project delivery selection process and help the owner fill the 7 important responsibilities. One of the most typical project delivery failures is in the project management function, particularly general contracting and advisory construction management delivery systems. The designer frequently handles the design services in the general contracting system but ignores the overall project management. This does not imply that the designer should control the actual construction process, but rather the design and construction related to the effective completion of the project. There is frequent uncertainty in the construction management delivery system over the assignment of the project management responsibility between the designer and the construction manager. For many types of project delivery, design experts have tremendous potential to give project leadership in the project management role. Next we have Principle 2, two types of agreements owners have with designers and constructors. Owners engage in contracts with various businesses to undertake design and management services and construction tasks. There are two kinds of agreements. Therefore, it is critical to know the difference in performance duties needed by these two types of agreements while considering and selecting a delivery system. The following are the definitions of the two types of agreements: advisory agreements and contractor agreements. Let's talk about the advisory agreement. An advisor is required to make all choices in the owner's best interests. Now about the contractor agreement. A contractor is expected to make decisions for their advantage as long as such decisions are compatible with the contract's terms and conditions and the plans and specifications. Exhibit 6 shows each party's contract with the owner for each distribution system. This is a tool that project owners may use to assist them in choosing a delivery strategy for their projects. The single agreement in the design-build delivery system is a contractor-type agreement. Agreements in the general contracting and advisory construction management delivery systems are both advisory and contractor in nature. Certain forms of agreements will provide greater comfort to some owners. The crucial point to remember is that neither agreement is good or evil. Nonetheless, the parties holding each type of agreement have distinct responsibilities to the owner. Moving on to the next principle. Principle 3, allocate risks for a winning project. It is commonly stated that agreements, contracts, are only required when a problem with the project and attorneys become involved. Contracts are crucial for resolving disputes, but they are most vital for establishing a meeting of the minds or understanding between the parties. Meaningful contact discussions can not only result in a meeting of the minds, but they can also be a great instrument in the formation of project teams. Unfortunately, project participants frequently overlook this crucial benefit of contracts. Contracts must produce a win-win situation for all stakeholders for a project to be successful. Therefore, the equitable sharing of project risk to all stakeholders is a fundamental premise for doing this through contracts. Exhibit 7 contains a few broad criteria for allocating project risk fairly. Let's move to the next part of today's session and discuss the three key areas of consideration for project delivery system selection. The unique project, owner, and team factors, whether generic or specific to a given project context, should also be included in selecting a project delivery system. For each of these three domains, we will discuss the chosen concerns and related questions and considerations. Conclusions on selecting a certain delivery mechanism are left to the viewer's discretion. Firstly, we will talk about the project considerations. Every project has unique needs that must be considered when selecting a project delivery system. Project considerations include the following. Scope: how thoroughly is the project scope defined? Then, we have schedule: can the project be completed logically, or will a more expedited approach be required? Moving on, we have cost: what are the project's cost constraints? Finally, its uniqueness: will this project's design be a driving factor? Is the construction process a motivator? Owner considerations. Owners should not disregard concerns related to their situation. Among the factors to consider while selecting a project delivery system are ability: how capable is the owner of participating in the project delivery process? What roles are the owner capable of filling? Then, experience: what project management experiences does the owner have? What has worked in the past for the owner? Also, desire for engagement: how much direct involvement in the project delivery process does the owner want? Finally, control desire: how much control does the owner desire over the project delivery process? Owners should not ignore their gut instincts if they are in their comfort zone. What makes the owner feel at ease? Team selection considerations. Team members should be chosen based on various considerations. Some of them are laws: do state or federal laws govern how team members are chosen and procured? Then, availability and experience: what is the design and construction community's availability and experience for the specific project at hand? Ties: does the owner have any special relationships with designers or contractors? Team building: which team members will give you the best chance of forming a winning team? Roles, agreement types, and risk allocation: Utilize the methods offered in this study. There is no optimum project delivery method other than the appropriate one for the project and the owner. Design experts and the construction industry should take the lead in educating owners about the many project delivery systems available and assisting owners in selecting the most appropriate system for their specific project and scenario. Owners, design experts, and the construction industry should examine the concepts, principles, and techniques offered in this paper and information presented in papers such as those cited in this paper and their own selection experiences. With this, we come to the end of today's session on project delivery. If this has spiked your interest and you want to know more about project management, I recommend you to opt for PMP certification training and clear the exam. At Invensis Learning, we provide various PMP certifications that will pave the way for your career in project management. For each of these certifications, we are accredited by respective governing bodies or courses in line with their guidelines. Post-enrollment, you will get lifetime access to a personalized learning management system. LMS has all the class recordings, live class, webinar links along with assignments and case studies to practice. All classes are live instructor-led, delivered by trainers with rich domain experience. Thank you guys. See you in the next session.